Welcome back, friends. We have an interesting Am I the A-hole story about a family divided over inheritance. Be sure to comment and subscribe. Hi, I'm Lily. I'm the youngest of three. I have an older brother, Mason, and an older sister, Sarah. Growing up, we were close. We bickered, of course, but our bond was strong. As we grew older, life took us in different directions. Mason moved to the city for work and started his own family. Sarah and I stayed in our small town, but we saw each other less often. Life just got in the way. Even though we drifted apart, I always cherished our sibling bond. We had each other's backs. Or so I thought. When Mom passed away last year, everything changed. It wasn't her passing that changed things, though that was hard enough. It was the inheritance. My siblings each got more than $150,000 in money, sentimental but expensive items, and furniture. I did not get money. I received the house, the land, and some items. The house and land, which had been sold off bit by bit over the years due to Mom's declining health and inability to properly tend to it, is worth far below the $150,000 my siblings received. I had moved in with my mom near her end, and it really was only supposed to be temporary, as I believed the house would be sold after her passing and the money split 3 ways. I already had a plan to roommate with a friend and her family after Mom's death, to make that process go more smoothly. Most of my stuff has been sitting in storage for almost a year. As the only one who worked from home, I could watch the home health workers and nurses to make sure they were being kind, doing their jobs, and not stealing. Mostly it was to make sure they treated my mother with respect and kindness. But my brother did worry about someone walking off with her wedding ring since she was so attached to it. My siblings came by frequently, 3 to 6 times a week, each of them. So in the weeks leading up to her death, my mother had me pack up which items went to who in large boxes and set them off to the side. My siblings hated me doing this but understood it was what she wanted. The will was read, they checked their boxes to make sure my mom didn't miss anything when telling me to pack. And they left me to my house. Weeks passed, and I finally felt like I could start doing things to the house. I started by cleaning and organizing the house, making it feel like my own. I painted the walls, decorated, and made it a home. My siblings offered to lend me the money for repairs, but I declined as I had been saving for a while to buy an apartment or something small since it is only me. I could also rent rooms to the local college students to get some more money. As I started going through everything in the house, which had specifically been left to me as stated in the will, I began finding things. Money and books, and there are so many books. Money taped under beds, money folded into the fancy sheets, money hidden in the teapot and cups that has been passed down in the family. I found jewelry in different boxes, hidden in the attic, in sock drawers. Some of it was so gaudy it had to be costume, but I put it all together, thank goodness I did, and took it to be appraised. The worth of the jewelry is nearly half of what my siblings got. Even the would-be costume jewelry is worth something. Even now, I'm still finding things. I found antique items, fancy watches, untouched clothing, and bags with price tags still on them, belts and shoes still in their boxes. All of this was tucked away. I took the cash and used it to help pay for the immediate repairs, and it almost covered the whole thing. I looked through the jewelry and kept what I liked, which was very little as I am not into that sort of thing, and put aside some for my siblings and their kids. I liquidated the rest and put that into savings. I invited everyone over and gifted them the items, telling them I had found them while I was cleaning everything out and thought they may like to have them. They asked what else I found, and I explained the jewelry I kept and the clothing I was selling off. My brother got a weird look on his face and asked if I had found any money. I told him I had, but tried to downplay it as mostly change and loose bills. He asked to see the money, and I grabbed a giant water refill container I had started storing all the coins in. He told me that was a lot of coins, and asked if I was going to use it for the laundromat since I left them all loose. I rolled my eyes because I have a washer-dryer. I told him there was no point in cashing them in until I cleaned the whole house. He told me to let them know so we could all split that and the money I got from selling the clothing. I asked him why I would split it when they all had gotten large cash inheritances, sentimental and expensive things, and some other things. I literally got the house, the problems, the cleanup, and the nice things I did find that I thought they might like. I handed over without being asked to. He told me I didn't have to be a greedy AH about it, said, never mind. My sister gave me the side eye but didn't say anything. Now I feel guilty for misleading how much I had actually found, even though it was all put towards making the house better. So, am I the AH? Update. My house had some cameras from when I first moved in, but I decided to go ahead and add more to the property line. I also decided to change the locks. It's a good thing I did all of this because 2 days after my initial post, I had to run into town for groceries and a few quick errands. I live on the outskirts with neighbors a bit of a distance either way, so they wouldn't notice anyone stopping by. I got a notification on my phone about movement, and I checked because I wasn't expecting any packages. My brother was getting out of his car, looked around, and checked the windows. He tried his key in the door and got upset it didn't work. He checked the flower plant and kicked it over. I said that was rude into the camera, and he got mad and demanded to know why I changed the locks and put up cameras. I told him it's for safety since I live so far out and I'm alone. I messaged the video evidence of him trying to get in while I wasn't home to my brother, sister, and their significant others with a message telling them I changed the locks because I don't know who mom gave keys out to, and I have added cameras. I told them because of this attempt to get in while I'm not home, no one will be getting the new key. I don't just randomly try to get into their house when they aren't home. My brother sent me a lot of nasty texts after that, trying to shame me for sending the text. I told him he shouldn't be doing things he doesn't want others to know about, and that it's a reflection on him, not me. He told me I was a bee and blocked me. My sister thinks I went too far by telling his wife because she is threatening to take the kids to her mom's. And she thinks I went too far by showing her fiancé because now he doesn't want him to have keys to theirs for emergencies. So what do you think? Who is the AH here?